Welcome to the podcast Risk Intelligence with your host, Karen Adamsbaum. She will be sharing her knowledge on common insurance questions, coverage explanations, claim scenarios, and interviews with brokers, clients, and colleagues to discuss various topics in the insurance industry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of my podcast called Risk Intelligence. So, today I'm going to talk about the marketplace. Where do we stand in the current marketplace? It's kind of like the stock market, right? Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Well, the same thing for the insurance industry, believe it or not. It's all regulated. Yes, it is. Every state has its own rules and regulations. So within the marketplace, there are, let's just say, 10 insurance companies, right? And those insurance companies only write insurance, let's just say, in Florida. Well, if Florida endures a lot of hurricanes and weather related claims, then guess what? Those 10 carriers in Florida are going to pay out those claims as long as they're covered. But then what's going to happen is that their bottom line, their P&L, is going to be not as profitable because they had to pay out the claims. Yes, I understand what's the purpose of having insurance if you have to, be weary about what claim to put in. Isn't that the insurance company's job to pay the claim? Yes, it is. Okay, it is. But every company has a bottom line, a profit and loss. Okay. So what happens is that now these 10 carriers, they paid out a lot of claims. They go to their Department of Banking and Insurance and they say, listen, we had all these claims. This is what we've done to try to orchestrate it and make it better, but it didn't work out. We need to raise our rates. And the banking and insurance says yes or no. Now, it's not as simple as that. There's a whole process that it goes through. So the banking and insurance department says yes or no. And then now those 10 carriers can go back and either increase their rates or not. And once they increase their rates, they have to let all their insureds know, all their clients know, and then around and around we go. The insured gets their bill, the raise rate is seen, and then they start to shop the market, and now the spoon is stirring the pot all around. So I wanted to give you a background of kind of like what happens. But good news, there is hope. What is happening now, right now, just read the article over the weekend, is that the insurance industry is seeing a soft market. What does that mean, soft market? It means that the underwriters are using a pen instead of a pencil to do their underwriting. What does that mean? They don't need to erase. Okay, they're letting things go. They're being a little bit more flexible and a little bit more lenient. And with that, the insurance premiums are dropping. Are they dropping a lot? No. Maybe 2%, but it's a step in the right direction. Once COVID hit, about a year, 18 months after COVID, we went into a hard market, reverse. The insurance companies are now using a pencil because they're always erasing, and the rates go up and the pot is stirred, everybody's scrambling, etc. So here we are, 5 years, 6 years out of COVID, and now we're starting to see a softer market. Only about 2%, but that is what is happening now. I do see, as long as there's no more catastrophe that happens, I see in the next 12 months to be increased to maybe even 5% in premium reduction. So that is what is going on in the marketplace right now. I hope that information was helpful, and thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to the podcast Risk Intelligence. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and connect on LinkedIn by doing a search on Karen Adamsbaum.